Francis Ngannou says beating Renan was a way for him to find out if he can still fight. After knocking out Renan last night, Francis said it was my biggest challenge in the way that I wasn't the person that I used to be. Coming into this fight was also a way for me to find out if I can still fight, if I still have it, something like that. If I can deal with this, the pressure, with the fight week, with the media and everything. We got through it. It was pretty hard. It was hard at any moment from the beginning to the end. But I think it's one of those things. You ask yourself, is it ever going to be over? You think it might never be over. You just might as well learn how to roll with it, to live with it. Because in certain cases, I would have taken time to grieve, but how long would that take? I don't think there's enough time for me to do that. I don't think a lifetime would be enough to grieve. Is it just about keep going? It's a new way of living that I have to learn. They've been telling me that I'm tough, to the point that I get to believe that I am tough. Then I recently just found out that I wasn't tough. I wasn't that tough. I've seen people going through it, and out of compassion, I've been trying to understand how it must feel. But you never get anywhere close to how it feels exactly. Rob Font discusses his comeback unanimous decision victory over Kyler Phillips last night. He says that as he was getting quote-unquote destroyed in the first round, he knew Kyler would eventually slow down.
This feels amazing, man. It feels so good to be back. You know, it was a hard camp, a long break, but it worked out, man. Yeah, you know, the first round, obviously he destroyed me, you know, but he was slowing down. I could feel it. I was like, he can't keep this up. You know, we're gonna get back to our feet. I didn't want to risk too much getting up because he was still obviously still early, so I was like, I'm not risking too much to get up, but I just knew I just got to get up, put some hands on him, and go forward, and this fight's gonna be mine. I want to say I was sitting a little lower for him not to shoot. He wasn't shooting as much as I thought he would, and then obviously just try to put as much hands on him as possible with the pressure. You know, he has an exciting style, but that style is kind of tiring, and I think I was just a little better with my movement. I was a little more efficient with it, and you know, we got the W 100%. I felt like I know it sounds crazy, but after that first, I was like, man, I know I got him. He's not gonna be able to keep this up, and I wasn't even getting close to being tired, you know. And there was one shot in the third round. I was like, whoa, that was kind of close though. But then after that, I was like, nah, we got this, man. We got this. You know, it was some pressure. You know, I obviously don't want to lose 3 in a row. New camp. It's like, did I make the right decision? You know, I spent a lot of money out there moving around, you know, Airbnbs, and I did a lot to try to get this W, and we still got a lot of work to do. But yeah, there definitely was some pressure. You know, I got my family, my sister, you know, everybody's in the crowd, so it's kind of like you feel it. But it is what it is. You know, we got the W, and we're back. Just you know, if we spot him out one time, he's done. We're gonna box him, don't kick. And just keep your hands up. Keep your hands on them, and we're gonna win this fight. You know, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. I will keep this top 10 anywhere from top 10 down. I'm the guy to come see.
Eric Nicksick says that Francis Ngannou was questioning himself prior to his knockout win over Renan. He reveals that Francis was actually dealing with a rib injury, and they were concerned if Renan were to put him on his back. Speaking to MMA Junkie, Eric said it was bad enough to where you've got to think he blew out his knee and he wasn't going to pull out of the Ciryl Gane fight, but almost pulled out of this one. There's a difference, different stakes, but it was also a different type of pain for him. And obviously we had a grappling heavy game plan. He was worried if he was on his back, how he would be able to move and try to grapple with an injured rib. Once he went to the doctors and they cleared him with an MRI and everything else, I think he realized, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to get through this still. I can see the weight lifted off his shoulders immediately. I think that was a lot of my emotional reaction when he won the fight. I just wanted to get in there and be with my boy. He's been through a lot, and more than I think a lot of us will ever know. It's just an unimaginable set of events that occurred. Not only that, but coming back and winning in the fashion that he won, it's just a lot of emotions. There wasn't a lot of words being said when we embraced. I just wanted to be there and just hug my boy, man. Seeing the emotions that he's had the last 6 months. And not only that, even going back to the Anthony Joshua fight, a lot of questioning. It was heavy. It was just heavy. There wasn't a lot being said. I just told him I loved him, gave him a big old hug, and just wanted to be there with him and support him. I never questioned him, but I know he was questioning himself all the way, even up until the day of the fight. I know that he carried a different type of weight to him, and all I told him was there's no other person in the world that I've met that has the courage and the resiliency that you have. And if there's anybody that can get through some sort of adversity, it's going to be you. I don't know what it is about God or fate or the universe that they put things in front of you. They put things in front of you because they want to see you get through it. That was my thing for him. Brendan Schaub has fired back at Nate Diaz after Brendan was brought to tears on his podcast over Shane Carwin coming out about his CTE symptoms.
I face serious challenges in meeting basic everyday expenses for food, shelter.
Nate posted this to X. He wrote, Brendan the big old Schaub. Brendan reposted it. He wrote, "Oh buddy, I prob got 20 pounds on you, so not too far off. I'll snap your neck. Set up a grappling match and let me know how it goes for you. Have one of your handlers read this tweet and get back to me." After his unanimous decision win over Daniel Pineda last night, Darren Elkins says that he knew it was going to be a dogfight after Sean Shelby made the matchup.
Oh man, what a dogfight. I'm still exhausted from that fight. You know, we both had to dig deep, and I just dug a little bit deeper at the end. I knew I had to. You know, I heard my coaches yelling, "We gotta go, we gotta go." I knew it was 1-1 going into the third, so man, what an epic fight. Yeah, I mean, he definitely slowed down some in the second when I started landing those elbows. He came out hard in the third, though. He found whatever he had to dig deep with, and he came out hard. And then at the end of the third, I just knew I had to dig a little bit deeper. And then I felt like, then at that point, I felt like he wilted a little bit. Yeah, that is my mindset. Everybody thinks I'm crazy, but everybody tries to guillotine me, and nobody gets it on me. That's my #1 defense. When I first started this fighting thing, I told myself, I'm a wrestler, I will learn how to defend guillotines, so I just kept on putting myself in them over and over and over again. So I'm comfortable in any choke for front choke. So when he locked him up, I was stuck. And I was like, man, I'm losing because I'm stuck, but I wasn't really choking at all, so I was okay with it. I knew sooner or later, as I was going to get tired, I was going to end up on top. Keep moving your hips, keep pushing your head in. See, what most people do is they try to pull out their head when in a guillotine. If you feel uncomfortable, you start pulling your head out. I push my head in, and then I keep moving my hips and stuff, so it gives me just little pockets of air. Man, I have to go back and watch it, but I feel like it was, it was definitely a bloodbath. We both left it all out there, and that's why Sean put this fight on. We both knew. I mean, when Sean gave me this fight, I was like, I know why he wants this fight, because he's a dog and I'm a dog, so we knew we're both gonna bring it. No quit in us.
Francis Ngannou was hanging out with Ronaldo before his KO win over Renan Ferreria last night.
No more off yet? Huh? Wrap up. We'll wrap up in a few minutes. Yeah? Yeah. What are you? Good? Good. What do you think? Good? Yeah.
Anthony Hernandez says that he's ready to make a run for the title following his TKO victory over Michel Pereira last night. Hernandez is now on a 6-fight winning streak.
Normal, man. I've been waiting, like I said in the very beginning, I've been waiting for this chance since I was 15. And I wasn't going to let no one take that from me. So I got hurt in the beginning, but hey, I fought through adversity like I always have, and I made that work. So it's a blessing. I know that guy's super explosive and he can knock people out, but once I ate his shot, bro, I have a chin. I mean, you see me get hit by that are finishing people, and I'm just like, okay, is that all you got, bro? I mean, there's one thing I'm meant to do in this world, and that's be a fighter. And I want my belt. It's simple as that. I've been preparing for this with my team. I got the best team in the world, the best people behind me in the world, and I believe in the one thing I believe in is myself. So I'm ready to come show that every time I step in the cage. My coaches are like, he's done, and I could tell just the way he was breathing and during the fight, man. It's just, I could tell he was breaking. I knew I wasn't going to be able to finish him because I was hitting him hard as and I was like, he was strong as like he was hella strong. I don't know how the he made 170 and That's why he's throwing motherfucker finishing him. He's hella strong. I just showed them that I'm a dangerous motherfucker and my cardio is unstoppable. And if you're not ready to fight for 5 rounds hard, then don't step in the cage with me. And I've always had good cardio. That was the one thing that I learned when I was young, but it really like stepped up when I started training at Game Fit. And that was like the China fight. Something just clicked mentally. Game Fit, Lem, he made me just dial in, and it's 45 minutes of hell. And I know if I can't break myself, then no one can. Dana and Mick have done a great job of giving me tough tests every single time, and I came and showed. So whatever they think, just get me towards the title, and like I said, I'll prove to you I'm the best in the world.
Israel Adesanya gave his reaction to Francis Ngannou's KO win last night. Izzy first posted this photo to his Instagram story with 3 crown emojis. Izzy also posted his live reaction to his YouTube channel. Check out the full video in the link in the description.
Oh! 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 Ah! Let's go! Let's go! Woo! That was beautiful. I feel that, man. I can imagine how it feels right now. That's for Kobe. Y'all must have forgot, bro. Oh, man. Oh, man. Let's go, brother. Oh, man. I can imagine what he's going through. Feels.
Jon Jones also reacted to Francis Ngannou's win. Jon posted this to X. He wrote, "What an amazing job Francis did tonight. Displayed a complete MMA game. Great kicks, great takedowns. It feels good to see him shine. Congratulations, champ. I see you." This user replied he'd smoke you. Jon said, "Sure. Everyone beats me up until they're in there with me." Max Holloway responded to Ilia Topuria saying that he will point to the ground in the first 10 seconds of their fight at UFC 308. Max says this isn't for the dumbest motherfucker belt. Speaking to MMAfighting.com, Max said the point down moment, I don't think he gets the gist of it. At the end of the day, the point down, it's something that you do towards the ending of a fight. If something is going good, if the fight is entertaining or you're winning, you give the other guy a shot. The moment is the moment for a reason. The belt is called the blessed man forever, or what you guys want to call the baddest mother effer. If the belt was the DMF, the dumbest mother effer, then maybe I would get sucked into it. It's far from that. Like what I told you, and I told him. He talks about being a boxer. That's not very much boxer IQ-ish of him, but we'll see what happens. The first guy I called out after UFC 300 was the man sitting ringside. It's funny, he says that, but then you can go and click. There's an interview of him saying that he won't fight me if the BMF title wasn't on the line. The last time I checked, the BMF title is not on the line. So if anybody got forced to fight, it looks like him. It came out of his own mouth. He said he wasn't going to fight me unless the BMF title is on the line. It's not, buddy. So I guess he played himself on that one. I wanted Ilia Topuria. I wanted the featherweight title. I wanted to be a 2-time world champion. The undisputed title is what I want. At the end of the day, if that's what he needs to get himself to the fight, or through the fight, or whatever it is to the date, then so be it. Some people, that's what they need. They need that self-confidence. They need to build their self-confidence some way. And if it's pumping his chest and slapping his chest and being like, I'm the man, then that's him. You can't take it away. He got pretty far using that technique. So at the end of the day, if he's using it for this fight, so be it. And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one says, thank God for not including any O'Malley podcast clips. The second one from Nate Marks says, that ref woke up in the morning and was like, I want to see a dead body today. And the final one says, Francis said this fight would be for his son. And at that moment, I knew it was over for the other guy. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.